In 1912, West Virginia coal miners confronted coal operators in the Paint Creek-Cabin Creek strike. A month into the strike, the mine operators brought in the notorious Baldwin Felts Detective Agency to break the strike. Labor activist Mother Jones arrived as the operators were forcibly evicting workers from their rented houses. She made her way through armed guards and marched 3,000 armed miners to the Capitol in Charleston, West Virginia, where she delivered this speech. This great gathering that is here tonight signals there is a disease in the state that must be wiped out. The people have suffered from that disease patiently. They have borne insults, oppression, outrages. They appealed to their chief executive. They appealed to the courts. They appealed to the attorney general. And in every case, they were turned down. They were ignored. The people must not be listened to. The corporations must get a hearing. When we were here, on the Capitol grounds, the last time you came here, you had a petition to the governor for a peaceful remedy and solution of this condition. The mine owners, the bankers, the plunderers of the state went in on the side door and got a hearing, and you didn't. Now then, they offered to get a commission, suggested by the mine owners. The miners submitted a list of names to be selected from, and the mine owners said, "We will have no commission." Then when they found out that Congress, the federal government, was going to come down and examine your damnable peonage system, then they were ready for the commission. Then they got together. The cunning brains of the operators got together. What kind of a commission have they got? A bishop, a sky pilot working for Jesus, a lawyer, and a member of the state militia from Fayette City. In the name of God, what do any of those men know about your troubles up on Cabin Creek and Paint Creek? Do you see the direct insult offered by your officials to your intelligence? They look upon you as a lot of enemies instead of those who do the work. If they wanted to be fair, they would have selected 3 miners, 3 operators, and 2 citizens, and would have said, "Now go to work and bring in an impartial decision." But they went up on Cabin Creek. I wouldn't have made those fellows walk in the water, but they make me, because they knew I have something to tell you, and all hell and all the governors on the earth couldn't keep me from telling it. I want to put it up to the citizens, up to every honest man in this audience. Let me ask you here, have your public officials any thought for the citizens of this state or their condition? Now then, go with me up those creeks and see the bloodhounds of the mine owners approved of by your public officials. See them insulting women. See them coming up the track. I went up there and they followed me like hounds. But someday I will follow them. When I see them go to hell, I will get the coal and pile it up on them. I look at the little children born under such a horrible condition. I look at the little children that were thrown out here. Now then, let me ask you, when the miners, a miner that they have robbed him of one leg in the mines and never paid him a penny for it, when he entered a protest, they went into his house not quite a week ago and threw out his whole earthly belongings, and he and his wife and 6 children slept on the roadside all night. Now you can't contradict that. Suppose we had taken a mine owner and his wife and children and threw them out on the road and made them sleep all night. The papers would be howling anarchy. When you held a meeting the other day down here at Cedar Grove, the Mail said that evening that you were drunk. I want to say in the Mail it was a lie of the blackest dye. There was never in the state of West Virginia a more orderly, well-behaved body of men than those miners that were assembled at Cedar Grove. The militia were there to see that we were sober, and we were before they came, and we were sober when they went away. The Mail never told you when the mine owners and their gang of corporation pirates met at the Hotel Ruffner and filled their rotten stomachs with champagne and made you pay the bills. Take possession of that State House. That ground is yours. You built that State House, didn't you? You pay the public officials, don't you? You paid for that ground, didn't you? Then who does it belong to? Then why did the militia chase you off? You have been hypnotized. The trouble has been that they wanted the slave system to continue. They have had a glass for you and your wives and children to look into. They have you hypnotized. They want the ministers to tell you, when you die, you will have a bed in heaven. The blamed chambermaids might be on strike and we wouldn't get a chance to get a bed. Now then, is that something that the state must boast of? Is that something that you citizens will endorse? Very good then. They will come to you on election day. I will tell you when you can carry a bayonet and they can't meddle with you. You can carry a bayonet on November 5th and you can go to the ballot box and put a bayonet in there and stick it to their very heart. Then they can have no militia. They will not steal it if you do your duty. I would like to see the corporation bloodhound steal my ballot if I had one. I would clean them up. He would go to the machine shop for repairs and he wouldn't come out in a hurry when I got through with him. You fellows with the corporation hump on your backs, I hope you will. Now I want to say this. 10 or 12 years ago when I came in here, you had to work 11 or 12 hours, didn't you? They made you load coal for any price they wanted. We brought on a fight and got twice that for loading coal. We reduced the hours to 9. Up there on Paint Creek and Cabin Creek, you obeyed the laws at that time. You had a good union at that time, but you have done in industrial unions as they do elsewhere. You elect the man that wants the glory instead of the man that will work for you. I am going to put a stop to that. I want to tell you we are going to organize West Virginia. I am going to stay in here until you have good officers. And you will have no officer that will get a detective from the sheriff to go up Paint Creek with him. By the gods, you won't. I will be in here until the next officers are elected. I am going through the whole district, and I will pick the men and I will openly advocate them. If they are not the fellows I want, I will throw them down just the same as I would a Baldwin guard. I am going to say to the police, the militia, the adjutant general, and to everyone in this audience that we will carry on this fight. We will make war in the state until the Baldwins are removed. Now then, my brothers, I am not going to be muzzled by the mail. I have been assassinated by the slimy pig before, but it never made me retreat. I have measured steel in the middle of the night with the bloodhounds, but it never made me give up the red flag. I tell them we are in a fight to a finish.